Take a look. Take a look.
All over the world.
The problems are many, and solutions not easy.
To get the wisdom.
We live in a cruel world.
There's a program that's supposed to be in the works, but they have to speak to that. It's not operational at this point, which has been challenging for us because there's been increased at least 20 officers that put on the beat to help remove the homeless. Those are their quotes, not mine. And so people have felt the pressure of that. And so that's why we came as well, to bring a face to it, to say, please back off, please step down.
Right.
Let's get the program at least for people that are vehicularly housed before you actually continue any more enforcement. The holidays are coming. We're actually in the holidays. It's Hanukkah. Not everyone's Christian. And we're in a holiday season. Kwanzaa's coming as well. And we just keep trying to bring up the point of we can find solutions. What's been working, or what hasn't been working rather, is not going to be the solution. We really have to think outside the box. We're trying to get across, because we live it every day, that there aren't as many shelters available, there aren't as many beds available, and there aren't as many affordable housing units available as people believe in their programs. It's not there. I just heard from a lady recently, she said, I could get rapid housing, rehousing, but I got to move to Lancaster. And I'm from Venice. I've lived in Venice for like 20 years. Why do I have to go so far away? It's my community, and I feel very displaced, and she's disabled, and she's, sleeping on the concrete at night. So there's a lot of faces to homelessness that we just want to bring about. We want people to know what we're like. We want to try to demyth it, bring the face there, because we don't feel we've been fairly represented. And we're just not going to give up, because we know that we can find ways that we can get dignity and get respect and get solutions that we can learn to coexist together in Venice. So that's why we're here offering these solutions.
I'm not homeless yet, because I'm staying at a person's house up in Centinela. And I'm here because I care. I've seen a lot of abuse coming to homeless people that have lost their jobs and through no fault of their own, and sick and old people dying in the streets, people in vans. Recently, a friend of mine, Jimmy from Texas, I got to know him for about 7 years, and we became good friends, And I used to go by and always talk with him, and he'd invite me in his van. And he was just getting over alcoholism and all this decriminalizing about homeless and people in vans, living in vans. It's a law. What law? It's not law to kill people, that you don't know, that never did anything to you, you know what I mean? And that's what I see, So I'm here to just hope and pray that it comes to a halt. And the solution is we have to be human and not be mean to each other.
Were those the solutions that were spoken about in there?
Yes, yes. And these people want jobs, they need jobs, they want to go to work, but to no fault of their own, they're out in the street. And they're dying left and right, they need help, they need jobs and stuff like that, And what the authoritative people that are harassing them, the badges and all that, it's causing a lot of problems. It's not solving the solution, okay? Being a problem to the solution. By putting more people out in the streets and all that, taking away their vans, and then sometimes they have jobs to go to, and they lose their vans. How are they going to drive? Sometimes they don't have got no money or anything like that, but they have no jobs. This is very important. We gotta care for each other, okay?
All right, thank you.
What we proposed is that Reach for the Top spearhead a project with the help of CD11 staff and supporters. And basically what we would like to do is identify commercial and residential properties that are in foreclosure in CD11. And also we'd like them to assist in identifying who the asset managers are for some of the banks that accepted some of the stimulus money, so that they can help us to sell some, we can purchase property in bulk from them. We'd like to find out where funds are available for the stimulus funds are available, and also the money that's allocated by the federal government for homelessness. We'd like to implement green technology in any buildings that that are acquired, and we'd also like the Habitat for Humanity's youth build programs, the mayor's volunteer team, to come out and help us in rehabbing these places, and also assist us in finding funds for the green technology. We'd also like to invite the leaders, gain financial support from the Leaders Task Force on Homelessness. And so what this would do would be provide a win-win solution. We'd have the banks would reduce their inventory of foreclosures, and that would help stabilize the housing market. It would give jobs to the people, giving them green jobs, and also help them to rehab some of these properties.
Yeah.
Hopefully the same people that would be living in them. We'd also be helping with the environment, because if we do solar and greening on all these houses, then we'd be having a positive impact on the environment, and most importantly, people would be housed. We get some of the people off of the street, which is the reason that we were here today. Our goal is to get the people off of the street in a positive way, and we believe that we can all do it together. It seemed that the council and everybody present at the meeting was very positive about possibly having working together and creating this as a viable solution. Thank you.
Great.
All right, thank you very much.
We heard some good news today. We heard some bad news in the last couple of months. There's been several deaths of homeless people on the street, 3 of them in the last 2 months, since this RV kickout thing has started up and these homeless attacks have kicked up. These are the largest attacks on homeless people in the city of LA since the Skid Row attacks about 4 years ago. The councilman met with us today, and we got a chance to talk to him very seriously about those deaths, and he has made a serious commitment that we are going to have an RV park for homeless people in Venice. And he has made a commitment that homeless people are going to stop being targeted and tagged as nothing but urinators and defecators. And we're going to be given the chance to make the positive contributions that we've been begging for the last few years. We hope today is a true turnaround for all the negative things that have been happening to poor people in Venice. The loss of affordable housing as the community's gotten gentrified, the attacks on homeless people, and we're very glad to hear that.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Good luck.
We're going to have follow-up meetings until we resolve these issues. Everybody needs to be respected and treated with dignity. And so we talked about that. We talked about how people's sensibilities have been impacted. I certainly apologize for anyone who's been in any way in their own sensibilities affected. But we are putting together programs for people who want help in cars and campers. We've contracted with a group called PATH, and this is with LASA, the overall homeless organization. So we're dealing with the car and camper issue from a holistic standpoint. Those who want to be part of a program where we can support them and put them in locations where they're safe, we want to work with those. Those who are just in parking in front of people's homes and causing issues for the people there, there is a law, 8502, that says it's against the law to live and sleep in your car and camper. The law's been around since the 80s, but what I would like to do is those who want to be part of a program, I want to change that law in specific areas as a pilot program, and I hope I get my colleagues' support. It has to go before the council in the process of doing that. But we're in phase 1 of the program. PATH is now interviewing folks to see who they are and if they want to be part of the program. We're looking for locations, and we will find locations where people can sleep with dignity, get a good night's sleep, and get the support from us who care about them.
So some of the things you talked about are more
with some of the immediate need as opposed to like long-term stuff? What's going on?
There's a whole lot of immediate needs we're doing right now. We've opened up 2 shelters on December the 1st for 220 folks. We have a pickup point on the beach there, right near the police substation. People want a place to sleep tonight. From 5:30 to 7:30, they can get in those vans and they can go over to the Armory over at Federal, where they get a good night's sleep. They can have a shower. They get a warm, home-cooked type meal, and they get fresh sheets on a cot. And that program is in place until March. And so we opened that on the 1st of December. That's the first option that I recommend people right now who are homeless, that want to get out of the cold and want a place to stay. We are in the process of building more affordable housing. We need to create more. If I had my way, there would be permanent housing with supportive services for everybody who's homeless. This is something that the whole community has to be part of. We met with the business community. They want to work with us. We've talked to the administration. We've asked for more housing vouchers. Housing voucher allows a person to actually rent an apartment in a lot of vacant apartment buildings right now. And I'd like more support out of the president. 1 out of 4 homeless are veterans, and I'm a veteran too, and I find it absolutely a shame that our great country doesn't take care of its veterans. But more importantly, the country should be taking care of all of its people. That is what the social contract is all about. We're in the toughest of times, unfortunately. We hear that the rich get a break back there. I'm very happy that we're going to continue the unemployment for another 13 months for the 2 million who would have lost that this month and another 2 million in February. That's a good start, but we need more support from the federal government for permanent housing with supportive services. So as we work with them in this county, I have programs in place that I just described. So there are ways in which one can be treated with respect and dignity in locations that make sense.
So quick question.
Sure.
You say that you're going to be having housing for a lot of homeless people up until a certain point. What if all the homeless people, there's not enough room? What will they do?
There's not enough housing for all the homeless people out there. That's a shame on America and its lack of social commitment to its people. And we need more help. We need more help from Washington. We need more help from Sacramento and from LA County. We're doing what we can on our local level. I appreciate some of the supervisors that have created Housing First programs. The 50 most vulnerable they've taken in. They're also giving me 40 opportunities for the most vulnerable in Venice, and they're working through the St. Joseph Center that is doing an outreach program for that. And I appreciate what the Board of Supervisors did. We need to do a lot more.
It's not easy.
Get the wisdom.
We live in a cruel world. The hungry and homeless are crying for mercy.
All over the world.
They live in a cruel world. They have the right, the human right, to live life decently.
Do I hate? Do I love?
They have the right, the human right, to live life